Hello everybody, good morning. Well, actually, just be honest, it's, to me anyway, it's not a very good morning because bit of a rant coming up today, people, you know. Ooh, nice coffee, no fucking sugar. Oh yeah, do you guys remember when I said that I was not going to have any sugar anymore? Yeah right, yeah right. I use something called repression. And it's really nice. It's a bit like burnt sugar or something. You know, I've never used white sugar, and I only use a tiny bit in my coffee, and that's it. The rest of the day I don't use any sugar because I'm sweet enough. Just a second, guys. You've had your Scooby snacks and you can't have any more. I tell you, cats, they love food. Actually, going to it, so do I. So, anyway, I've got to use my little book today because there's so much going through my head. You know, when you're lying in bed at night and you've had an interesting day. Interesting in a kind of dark sort of way, but you know, it's all interesting. And yeah, oh, it's just a lot happened yesterday. It was one of those days where just a lot happened. First of all, the car was in, so had to walk everywhere. It was like, what? And it's never going to stop raining. I know it now. I know it's never going to stop raining. It's like Game of Thrones. For the next 30 years it's going to rain and rain and rain and rain and rain and rain. And we're all going to drive around in this Bond style, James Bond style car. So like half car, half boat. Luckily I live high up. Anyway, so... First of all, one thing that annoys me, and it's annoyed me for a long time, and then it sort of disappears and I don't think about it much, because really what other people believe is none of my business and it's neither here nor there. But the reason I get upset about it is because I think because of my own mundane reality programming, which is still there going, oh, this is all there is, this is all there is, this is all there is. And even when things get a little bit better, when we all ascend to 5D, we still have to work and pay taxes and grow old and die, and animals will still hunt, kill and eat each other. But that's okay. That's natural. That's how it's meant to be. And it's like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And then whenever that shit's going on within me, of course I'm going to come across it everywhere else. So you get these nice new age people having conversations with each other in your local cafe about ascension and how wonderful it will all be. But you listen carefully to their conversation and you think, that's interesting. So in your ascension story, nothing actually changes at all. It's like, oh, so annoying. See, this entire reality, this distortion that we live in, is the world of Wetiko, and it's where it lives. And mundane reality programming is the weapon that Wetiko uses so that it can remain hiding forever. You know, this is what brings me to awakening. How awake are you? How awake are you? Ask yourself that question. Go and look in the mirror right now. Go and look in the mirror and ask him. Really look at yourself straight in the eyes. And ask yourself, how awake am I? Am I awakening? Actually, that's an even more important question. Because how awake? Am I awake? Finite. I am awake. I have arrived. It's all been said and done, and I know it all now, and I am awake, and that's it. And yes, I love the Dalai Lama. I'm sick to death of these people that claim bombastically that that they're awake. Yeah? It's fucking egotistical nonsense. It's fake persona. It's vertigo. It wants people to think that way. I am awake, that's it. Yeah, I've arrived. I've escaped the Matrix. Well, there you are, you're having a conversation with me here now, so... No, you haven't, you're still here. It's, yeah, and all this 5D bullshit, people, you know, 3D, 5D, 8D, you know. And the fact that people have major issues fucking being original. We're all light workers, we're all star seeds. Yes, yes we are. We're all this and we're all that, mass consciousness. Where's the I in we are all this and we are all that? Where's the authenticity? Where's the hey? Yes, right. Be perspicacious, be original, be authentic, people. Be you. Pithy, be real. Man, oh man, I think people like to hide in the herd, just like Vertigo does, really. I think it's a survival instinct, a survival impulse. Vertigo hides in the hive consciousness, and people, in a way, hide in hive consciousness as well, because, oh, there's safety in numbers. We're all light workers and we're all starseeds. And we're all ascending to 5D. Archangel Michael and Metatron are my best friends. Yeah, we go to the same opium den. We go to the same gay bars. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, people. And you know, George Carlin, good old George, used to say, it's bullshit and it's bad for you. And I concur, because it is fucking bullshit. Now you get all these newly awakening people and they get very enthusiastic about it all. And they say, oh, I'm awake now, I'm awake. And I'm like, no honey, no. You've opened the door a tiny fraction and you see a tiny ray of light coming through. You ain't seen nothing yet. You're not awake, you are beginning to awaken. That is what you're doing. But of course, again, it's always the same. These people don't actually know. Just like, I don't know, like 13 years ago, I didn't know either. I was convinced then as well that I was awake and I knew it all. And I was going out there and hitting people with the truth stick, you know. And I was getting very agitated when people said that David Icke was a nutter, he's a nutter. And I'd be like, how dare you, how dare I fight you, I'll fight you. Not quite that bad, but it was a bit that way. And I was really, really annoyed because I had this friend, well, it wasn't really a friend, more like an acquaintance, but this woman used to come around my house here. And every time, seriously, every time I started talking about, I don't know, vaccinations, David Icke, reptilians, or 9/11, she'd fall asleep on my sofa. She'd be like, and just conk out, literally. Wow, that is fucking mass mind control for you. Seriously. The cognitive dissonance, it's soporific. That's what it is. Mundane reality is soporific. It's a bit like taking a shitload of Valium. No wonder people want to stay in it. Feels nice. It's like, dribble, dribble, dribble. So yeah, I get a bit fed up with that. Because at the end of the day, I would never, ever, and I sure as shit haven't gone through all this shit that I've been through, and believe me, I have been through quite a lot of stuff. As I'm sure a lot of us have, indeed. I'm not saying I'm the only one, I know that is not the case, but you know, we haven't been through all this shit just to live in a world that is slightly better. That is Vertigo's minions working their magic and trying to convince us to to make compromises, that our dreams are not valid, that our desires are selfish and egotistical, and that our power is minimal and we must listen to the great God in the sky and all this crap. Be afraid of your power, you will misuse it. You'll become a megalomaniac dictator. All this kind of crap. And then you get the people that think they are awake because they see that the world is not the way they were taught it was. But when it comes to their inner world, they've yet to begin uncovering what truly lies within them. And they're very uncomfortable with their emotions. I've noticed this. Now, yesterday I was in this... There's a song I really like, The Windmills of Your Mind. I really like that song. There's a French version as well, and it's The Windmills of My Heart. But in English, it's The Windmills of Your Mind. And Dusty Springfield does a version of it. Noel Harrison's version, in my opinion, is the best. Because it's funny, because he goes, well, where did summer go so fast? Was it something that I said? It's very British and I love it, it's very funny. And it's a sad song. Yes, it is sad because it talks the windmills of our mind, the wheels within wheels, and the world keeps turning silently in space or whatever. But it talks about mass consciousness and how sad it is, and how we deceive and delude ourselves, and how mundane reality just goes on and on and on like a giant fucking steamroller, and people are oblivious to it and just go along with it and even espouse it and even advertise it and think it's wonderful and amazing and beautiful. And well, no, so I put that on my Facebook page along with songs by Edith Piaf, whom I love. And then somebody left a comment saying how sad that all was, or something along those lines. Now, I'm sure I misunderstood, and it's neither here nor there, because that is sad music indeed, so that's fair enough. But it triggered something in me, actually, and it started me thinking about other things that have happened recently and that have been said and I've heard recently, where it's a case of when you feel sad, when you feel, melancholia, sounds like a disease. I think they used to call it, back in the day, the Victorians, they used to say, oh, you're feeling melancholy, so here, take Beecham's cocaine, it will cheer you up. And I would take it, doctor, I really would, but you won't give it to me. Anyway. People are fucking uncomfortable with their feelings because we're all programmed to be very uncomfortable with our feelings, because we're programmed to repress all our feelings, because when we stop repressing our feelings and we start actually feeling, acknowledging our feelings, that's when we truly awaken. That's when we realise that something is really fucking wrong here, hello, and that we feel the way we do for a reason. We're not out of order, we're not wrong or sick or wonky or in this country I like to say, oh, pull your socks up and get on with it. Just keep shoving that shit down and just keep on and carry on. Have a cup of tea, but carry on. And it's all fucking bullshit. It's what the powers that be, the minions of Wetico, that is what they want. They're masters of psychological manipulation, people. They are. Now, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I own my fucking feelings. I love myself. I love all my aspects and all my nuances. And that is it. I've earned that. I've regained that over the years of doing seriously inner work. Seriously inner, that's all wrong. Serious inner work. Complex mining operation, and you regain your own soul, right? All the fucking toxic sludge within you that represses mercilessly, cruelly your own feelings is removed layer after layer after layer, so that you get back in touch with your emotions and with that shame that you feel over feeling your emotions. And other people are there going, Oh, you're feeling sad, is it? You're being melancholic. Oh, and they feel so ashamed. You can see the shame. Feel their shame. Because it's like, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. Somehow that's like, oh, get away. Oh, makes you feel so uncomfortable. That's programming, people. Our emotions are gold. Our emotions are like Niagara Falls, and they should all be honoured. Just a minute. Son, you want to go back up on there? Oh, and the birdies. Beautiful birdies. Yes. There you go, baby. Okay? Yeah, it's alright. I love you. It's okay, you get down later. We need to honour our feelings, people, but we live in a world where everybody else is policing everybody else. It's like you say something, you do something, you feel something, you express something, whatever, and there's always somebody to push you down. And they do that not because they're evil or because they're bad. They do it because they themselves are always being pushed down. It's a cascade effect, like dominoes, right? They do it because they've been conditioned to do it. You can't say that, you can't go there, you can't dress like that, you can't feel this way, you can't cry in the middle of a public square, be ashamed of yourself, hide yourself. It's madness, people, it's madness. And if you're still doing that, and you're also thinking that you're awake, then you're not really awake. You haven't as yet gotten in touch with your feelings. People do it a lot here in England because they're very repressed. Very repressed. As you know, somebody close to me died recently, and there's a shitload of repression going on there, and I'm quite an expressive person, and the funeral is on Monday, and you've got to walk a fine line because you've got to respect other people's face and place, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to go in there and act like you're at a Sicilian funeral, you know. Throw yourself on the coffin, oh, mi amore! And 10 men have to come and grab you and try and prise you away from that coffin whilst you're wailing and screaming and spluttering. Personally, you know, I think the best funerals, I do good funerals in New Orleans where they have these jazz bands and dancing and shit like that. That kind of appeals to me, but hey, I digress. Anyway, I don't believe in death. I have no intention of growing old and dying. Well, I am growing old, but that is just for the moment, and I'm gonna sort that shit out. I mean, because it's bullshit, right? I know, we're all told every day, and I mean, there's all these wonderful platitudes and quotes hanging on cafe walls saying how wonderful it is to grow old, but it's not, people. It really isn't. I do rabbit on a bit, don't I? But basically, right, feelings, people. Own your feelings, okay? And if other people feel things, obviously, and are comfortable with it, but it makes you feel uncomfortable, then you've got some work to do. You know? That's it. Because our feelings, my feelings, your feelings are pure gold. They show us a lot about everything. Feelings are very important and should not be repressed. I'm not saying that we should mindlessly just... No, we should be very witted, very aware of our feelings. You know, and that's best done in what I call sacred space. So you create sacred space for yourself in regards to that. Don't project it outwards onto other people, but this is exactly what you do when you're very repressed. Then you are busy projecting outwards because you don't own your shit. See? Oh guys, I feel a bit sweaty. Anyway, so that was another thing that really annoyed me, and I wanted to talk about that as well, because again, it has to do with awakening. People that think they're awake. I am awake, as in finite. And then they post these crappy things on Facebook, right? We have... Right, so there's these quotes, and they sound very wise, but they're actually just empty rhetoric, mostly. It's shit that you think, well, yeah, duh. But everybody goes, oh, yeah! And it's always a picture of either Keanu Reeves, Angelina Jolie, Jim Carrey, or a variety of other fucking Johnny Depp, or a variety of other fucking celebrities, right? And it's like, oh, Jim Carrey said that, and he's very spiritual, isn't he? Oh, so it's all true. Oh, God. Oh, hail Jim Carrey, please. Let me kiss your ass. And it's like, fuck off. Fuck off with that shit. Please, fuck it off. You're not awake. You're not awake. Go online and put into your search box MK Ultra, people. Do that. Celebrity bots, AI, anything. Peter. Put it in there. Look it up. Do some digging, right? And stop looking at this crap. Stop looking at these platitudes, man. It's consciousness hijack, right? True, raw consciousness is original. It doesn't repeat. That's all mass consciousness. That's hive, and it's bullshit. Okay? That has nothing to do with being true, with being original, with being raw, with being real. Right? Be. Get away from all that shit. Get away from it, people. Turn around and get away, right? And then go and sit somewhere in your sacred space and start to feel yourself. Start to watch yourself. Because you see, awakening is a process. It's a journey. It's a quest of the rediscovery of your true fucking self. Right? The death of the fake persona as you gradually regain back yourself. Call it soul retrieval, really, is the best way of putting it. And for that you have to be present in your sacred space with yourself. You've got to learn to watch yourself. Watch the windmills of your mind. Right? Watch yourself. Be the ultimate self-observer. Don't worry, you won't fall into the hole. And then some people will say, oh, well, that's egotistical. You should ignore it all and you should go out there and be kind and be nice to everybody. That's spirituality. And it's like, fuck off and shut up. Get away. I've got a knife. I'll tell you what, I've got a double pump action shotgun. Get away. Because it's fucking bullshit. It's like, shut up. If you want to be a spiritual asshole doormat, then I don't want to know you. Go away. You know, if you want to get real and come home to yourself and honour yourself and stop thinking like fake new age bollocks where, oh, I have to go out and save everybody and be nice to everybody and be a complete doormat and not own my feeling. I should never feel sad because that isn't nice. I should always be happy. Happy. Oh, my jaw is stuck. Right? Because it's fucking bullshit, people. Awakening. Right? Keep questioning everything. Keep observing the inner, the outer. There is a direct correlation because we are reality creators. We manifest. And it's not the way you've been told. Oh, it's you do this and then those and 1 and 1 is 9. No. It's not like that at all, actually. It's a very strange, nebulous thing. It's reality. I guess there's people that are very uncomfortable with that, with the high strangeness, with the nebulous, weird quality, with the fact that you cannot pin it down at all and that you cannot put it into words. Because I have control issues. I used to have control issues. I still do, to an extent. That's fear, of course. We are afraid. And if you're not aware and awake to why you are afraid, then you need to go again within yourself and figure that one out. Why do you think you're afraid? Why do you think you want everything to be just so you can, oh, it's like this and yes, I'm good. Oh, no, I know exactly what's going on, thank fuck. You're either content to stay small in your little mundane reality experience, or you want to do the work to recover all of your powerful, potent, infinitely creative self and create reset and get out of this fucking bullshit, right? No death, no taxes, no old age, and not animals hunting, killing and eating each other. I know I use these same examples again. There's many examples, many. And there are many people who seem to be alright with it, where it's like, oh, well, if we do the work, then in 70 years things will be a little bit better. And now fuck off. That won't do for me at all. My visions, my intuition, my sintuition, the language of the Great Mother, nature, everything talks to me and shows me what is what. I know when I feel passion, powerful, resonant passion in me that says yes. I also know when I'm being fucking had by the dark side, by a Wetigo, saying you can't have that. You will have to settle for this and remain small. Because everything in me is like, I feel myself, literally, I feel myself wilting, you know, like a flower dying slowly. And so that is not of the light. And then you get these people, oh, but that's ego, you see, passion, you shouldn't feel that. No. The wilting feeling, that's the good one, yes. That means you're being humble. And it's like, fuck off. That's not being humble, that's being slowly but surely sucked dry by lies and manipulation and gaslighting nonsense, is what that is, people. They've made us so afraid of our own fucking power, our own powerful, radiant, true self. And we believe all the lies. The road back to our true self is paved with stones. And each and every stone is another fucking lie, another manipulation, another gaslighted bit of nonsense about who and what you are, which in fact you are not that, and you are not that, and that is not true, and that is a fucking load of bullshit. And if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you keep going, and you keep slicing through all that fucking bullshit, and you never give up, and you dispense with all denial, and you open yourself up to your true self, to all, and the fakes of, and see what all that is about, and all the lies, and you work through that, and you keep questioning everything, and keep observing. Learn to be objective. Realize that most of you in here is very subjective, so question it, question everything in the inner plane, question everything on the outer plane. And learn to utilize the shit that happens for healing purposes within yourself. I mean, it's funny because we went shopping yesterday and it turns out there is a massive shortage of fucking toilet paper everywhere. That tells us something, doesn't it, people? As long as there's no toilet paper. Oh, everyone's gone out. Panic bought toilet paper because we're all full of shit, obviously. It's like these poop emojis that you see everywhere now. I mean, really, people, what the fuck? And people are cool with that. But really what it's saying to us is, you're full of shit. Or self-hate, you think you're a piece of shit. There you go. And people just mindlessly follow along, don't question anything. Oh, it's fun, oh, it's funny, oh, it doesn't mean anything, no, not really. Everything means something, people. There is no such thing as meaninglessness in this world. Everything is relevant and everything is meaningful. Ask questions. That is what awakening is all about. I think that's it for today, is it? Love will never yield to the darkness. Well, no. I think love will eventually transform the darkness. Oh yeah, raiders of the lost mind. That's what we are. People that are truly awakening, the soul travelers. Yeah, we are raiders of the lost minds. The windmills of our minds. Learn there, and that's all the subjectivity, and that's all the windmills of our minds, the windmills of our soul, all the insanity that we accept. Oh, that's normal, that's acceptable, that's fun, and no, it's not, no, it's not, no, it's not. Think about it, look again, look again, look again, ask the questions. Keep asking questions, keep examining, people. That's what awakening is. Don't just verbatim repeat, 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 because you've been doing that all your life, and that is what hijacked reality is all about. Even David Icke says that. He says, you're just a repeater. And it's true. That isn't true, raw consciousness, people. That is just fucking being asleep and being a slave. Take your fucking power back, alright? Come on, people, we can do it. It's an ongoing process. You owe it to yourself. You're so incredible, truly. Our true self, our phoenix self. All we've known is this putrid, bleak, grey smallness, and they've made us feel so afraid of our true incredibleness. That is really what's going on here. Oh, I can't go there, no, no, no. All these reasons why you shouldn't go there. And I say, get out that pump action shotgun and blow apart all those fucking gaslighty reasons. Enough. Enough. Alright, now, you all have a nice weekend. And make sure you wash your hands.